we live? Check in Twitch. We are live. All right. So, hello. First stream in like a while. Shit. So the plan for today, I'm just putting on my stream manager on my phone, is to kind of look at my own project as well as a couple. So I want to get to at least one project that I have. Kind of said so. There is a plan for today, but I really only have hour, 2 hours, maybe max, and I still have to get into some nice clothes and not just like a t-shirt. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts at the moment, so yeah. So we're kind of gonna play this by ear a little bit, but there is sort of a set plan, and I'm not really going to like I'm not really going to like lay out everything that I have to do. This is more just me like looking at shit that I want to implement, and then kind of doing that. Coffee, by the way. Cheers. I use Arch, by the fuck off. Anyway, yeah. So let's go to the desktop real quick. I'm gonna open my code editor. If you give me just 1 second. There we go. And I'll do that workspace. Okay. We're gonna do. Going to, where is it? Delete that. Just bear with me for 1 second. While I try and delete a folder from a previous attempt that I did at this that did not go as planned. So that's what I'm going to delete. And the previous it wasn't like live or anything. It was just kind of like me just fucking around. Yeah, okay. So that's a little sneak peek. You didn't see anything. that was from the previous attempt. I apologize about that. Oh shit. It begins. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to not YouTube. I'm prepared, I swear. So we're going to first what I want to do is go to my GitHub because I want to look at one of my own projects, and this is kind of what I want to show is it's so okay. There we go. It's Kata. K-I-D-A. So it's kind of like it's a build tool in C, right? Like fucking every fucking Joe Schmo down the street and their mother wants to I don't know wants to create a C build system. And that's exactly what I got going here, is Kata. I have no idea why the fuck it's named that way. I did. I think it was originally based off like a Czech word. Like I have Czech friends. It's either Czech or Slovak, one of them. I have like Czech friends, and they're like, "Oh, Kata, seems like a good thing to name that. And then I looked on Wiktionary, and it means something like completely not what I was going for. But it's kind of too late to change the name now, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But anyway, so let's download this thing. I don't really have a mouse pad, so my mouse periodically will kind of like go out for a while. All right, so let's. Yeah, okay. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to extract. I know my desktop is a fucking mess, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. Let's do that. I do have a tool to kind of extract things, and then I want to get rid of the git things. Right, lib is there? Yeah, no, okay. But so this relies on git submodules, and I kind of want to change that in a way. That will not be for today, but I will have to download my other project, lib. And I probably should have done this prior to stream, but I don't know. I don't really care. I'll be honest with you. I do have another lib main, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and then extract all. Yes. Let's rename this, or let's not. Auto lib, and then lib main we can delete. And then git attributes, license. I don't have git installed on this PC, so escape. So it really kind of fucks up the entire UI when when you have like a folder. Yes, I trust the authors. When you have like a folder that has git, and like so VS Code tries to like, I don't know, initialize git, but git is not on the computer, so it's a bit of a hassle. You get like a lot of warnings and everything, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, okay. So here's what I kind of want to do today. So Kata, if you don't know, let me actually. You know what? Yeah, let me create a Kata hello world. Right. Okay. So let's do main.c, and let's include. Okay. So let's define command. Implementation. So, okay. So, elephant in the room. This is very much inspired by Soding, his knob system. But it's very much a Temu version of that. It's shit. It's utter shit. But that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to be kind of looking over it and seeing what can be improved. I know one thing that definitely can be improved, and I will get to that in a minute, but right now, so let's include, sorry, caps lock. Let's do command.h, this file right here. Let's do int main void, return 0. I have my keyboard in a different position so that than it normally is, so that I'm not up by my monitor clickety clack and it. Yeah. Okay, so I get distracted easily. All right. We're gonna do. Oh yeah. Okay. So command T command. Yeah, let's just do command init. Doesn't take any parameters, and we're going to say command append command echoing hello world doesn't really work on this on Windows. I've actually tried it right here. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm gonna say echo hello world, and that's, yeah, and then so command is heap allocated, so we're gonna need to delete. I do quite like the retained API. It does get annoying a lot, but I like it. You know, it's formulaic to my conventions that I have here. You can see me, right? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do command append, and then if not command run, we're just gonna run it for right now. There's other options to run it. Command, then we're going to fprintf to standard error, cannot run command, and then single quotes s. I just like the way single quotes work. And because we're not going to be using this command at all, we can get command data, which null appends the command. So command under the hood is really just a dynamic array of characters, which is something I want to fix today. And again, I'll show you why in a minute. Let me just give you a hello world, just so that everyone's on the same page, what this system does, etc., etc. And then we're going to command delete, make sure we clean up our structure, our data structure here, and then return a non-zero exit code, and that should work. So we're going to gcc main.exe main.c, and then we're going to run it. Cannot run command hello world. Oh, because I added a new line. My bad. And so it still can't run. Well, I guess it can. Let's see. I just want to make sure this is right. Yeah. No. Okay. So it can't run hello world, but from my old days of when I was still learning to do I have that on here? No, I don't. Okay. Well, all right, so what I can do is I have another system. I have another build system. On my GitHub there's a public repository called Meta, and essentially it just kind of describes. So what Meta does is I've really found myself kind of just forgetting commands to shit. So like forgetting like why a project is a thing and like what version, etc. So I kind of just wrote a program. It's written in Go. I know. To kind of just have a TOML file. You just write all the meta information for the repository that you have, or the system or whatever. It's language agnostic. You could just have like a plain text. Like I have one of these. I have a private repository of like a bunch of like text files that I use for when I'm practicing parsing and that sort of stuff. There's also like JSON and CSV and blah blah blah. So essentially, this is where am I going with? So essentially, you can just say meta, because there is a meta TOML file, and there's a script, right? Why is there a script? Oh, okay. I know why there's a script here. for development. But there shouldn't be. So meta. Okay, I have an idea. This has been a disaster. Imagine me at like a product unveilment or whatever. Like, you know, I'm the guy that has to go up on stage and tell you, like, oh, this is what the product is. I'd fucking I'd bankrupt the company. Oh, that's how shit I am at doing this. But like, I'm so fucking rusty streaming, and like when I'm coding on my own, I am quiet. Like, I'm a fucking, you can hear a pin drop when I'm coding by myself, and like I'm not on camera or anything. But yeah, so we're just gonna do a regular, right? No, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do, just to show off the. It's a build system, like yeah. Oh yeah. Did not mean to do that. Test C. Include. Whoops. stdio. I'm just gonna do a regular hello world. We've all seen this a million times. If I could type, that'd be amazing. Printf, hello world. And then if I gcc test.exe, because I'm on Windows, test.c /test. Yeah, thank you, Windows. It gives you a hello world, right? So then if I go back to Kata, I can say command. Yeah, okay, hold on. I have an idea. So let's go back to what we had previously. And we're going to run that command I just did, test.exe, right? Or no. Actually, let's just run test. Whoopsie. Hit save. Yeah, okay. So then let's compile main and let's run main. Remember, I'm not running test, and it still prints out hello world, which is great. So that's essentially what it does. You can run system commands, you can run them async. So the different ways you can run a command, you can just run a command synchronously. You can run it asynchronously. You can run it asynchronously logged, and you can run it synchronously logged. Of course, you know, I have doc comments on everything. So the point of this stream today, and I will show you, is what has changed? Has anything changed? No. Okay. The point of this stream today is if we go into program, which is in Kata, where is it? It's here somewhere. Is it in program? I'm gonna search for error, a compiler error. It's in command. Ah, okay, so it's in command. And essentially, the problem is, this is because I'm on Windows, I wrote this with Windows in mind. And on Windows, you don't have to take necessarily you don't have to get a variadic list of arguments. Right? So if I just go to, let's say, whoopsie, oh, come on. What's the Linux command? Do I have fork? I do not. I don't have fork. So I also wrote a man page parser. And I'm using a lot of like in-house, in-house things. I apologize. Is it exec VE? No, I don't have any of that shit. Oh, wow. Okay, well, then let's go to Google then. Um, which is so like I wrote the man parser because I don't like going to Google for things. So man, let's say, is it fork? Let's see, fork. The Linux syscall. Ah, yeah, my mouse. All right, there we go. Fork. No, it doesn't, because fork doesn't take any arguments. So I think it's exec ve, right? Exec ve. Yeah, okay, so it's exec ve, where like you have to give, so the path argument, come on. So the path argument right here is your executable. And then the rest are arguments, etc., etc. I don't really program on Linux, so you know, I'm not entirely, but I can fucking read the manual page if it really gets that bad. But you see, now the problem is command is a dynamic array of characters. So every time you append to a command, you just take just characters. So like if I want to access the first element of the array, the program, I guess, which is how I would sort of fix this, I would just get the first character. I wouldn't get the first word, or you know. Now, right, so how I kind of want to do this is I have three solutions to this problem. I have three solutions, two really. I'm gonna discuss two right now, and if three comes up, then I'll mention it. But yeah, so I have two solutions to this problem. I have you just make command a dynamic array of strings, kind of like a buffer, or so I also have, and every programmer has one of these in my lib that we did at the beginning of this stream. I have a string view library, essentially, which is like size string, and every programmer has a size string library, at least as far as I know. As well as so a lot of in Kata there is in Kata there's a lot of relative includes. So like // this, / that, and it works when you're developing Kata, but when you're actually using the library, it becomes a bit of a pain because you're not always in the workspace. You're not always doing, that, this and that. And I kind of want to fix that. That would be sort of like the unit problem, like the base problem I could probably fix right now. But, yeah. I don't know. And so, okay. I've had a lot of coffee today. That's cup number 2 for me. So we get the two ways of appending to a command are append and appendf. Of course, so appendf is like a format string. It's like sprintf. And appending, you just append a C string, a null terminated C string. As you can see from the documentation, yeah. And I would have to kind of refactor those. Append is kind of easy. Append is easy, right? Because append. All right, let me show you how append works in the first place. So we have init. We have okay. So here, so we have append. We get so we assume the string is null terminated, which is probably bad, but whatever. I'm not really concerned about that right now. But I do want to, at some point, create sort of a safe system. Like do a bunch of like null checks and buffer overflow checks and blah 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 blah. Make this system safe. Know what I mean? So then we get the length of the string. We iterate over the length. We iterate over the string, and we call to a private method append, which will append a character if the size of the command is greater than the capacity. We of course resize it, and I have this little paradigm where I do resize by, which takes in a scalar, and it reallocates the array based off that scalar capacity. You can read it here. Like we reallocate the new capacity by a char array pointer. And if it fails at all, if you're at a RAM, I have actually encountered this problem before, unfortunately, because Chrome, which is the main browser I use, uses a lot of fucking RAM. And when you're researching something and you have a zillion tabs open, running a dynamic array doesn't necessarily help your RAM. So this is why format is going to be a little problem. Well, I don't know. It might be. It might be a little problematic. I'm not entirely sure. Right. So, okay. So, cards on the table here. Full honesty. Honesty, right? We do honesty on this channel. Is kind of started as I was watching the Soding Nob streams, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like how that's done, and I don't really like how that. So, programmers, we like to fix things on our own and implement our own sort of systems. That's why fucking NPM is just a fucking mess, because everyone, has different arguments for what they're doing and what they're, yeah. Everyone has different style, and rationale. So this is my style and rationale. I just, I'd like to implement things that fix my problems in my sort of style and my conventions. So let's get into it. How long have we been streaming for? 30 minutes. All right, so a 30-minute intro. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So what I want to do is essentially either chop off, when I'm using Linux, either chop off the split the command by spaces, which is a harder solution than just making everything an array of C strings. So I think I want to do the easier solution first, just to sort of work out my ideas, and then I don't know. We'll see where shit goes, right? So what I'm gonna do is, let's see. Yeah, okay. So let's just break shit. Let's just break shit. So of course, let's see. With capacity, append. I think that, I think the signature. Oh no, wait. At is definitely gonna need to be refactored. Data. Yeah. And then I want to do void command combine. which takes in a view. Whoops. Which takes in a view to a command. Takes in a view to a command, which is going to be our. No, Batman. So this is going to be our destination, and then a read-only view into source. And then, because that'll help me with data and items. Because, and the difference between data and items is data null terminates, command items does not. Items just returns whatever the underlying array is. Data appends a null byte. So yeah, that's good. I think that's good. Resize is good. Delete, yeah, okay. All right, so with a knit, I have this paradigm where I always write, like when you're writing a dynamic array, you define a macro with the initial capacity, and then you sort of have that be the initial capacity of the array. What I do is I have this paradigm is if you want to change the capacity, normally you do if def whatever macro you have is the initial capacity, and then so that the programmer using your library can define a new initial capacity. But I don't like how that's done. Again, style, semantics, that sort of shit. So I have this paradigm where whenever I'm doing a dynamic array or something that's heap allocated or whatever, right? Yeah, no, whatever. I always sort of use the paradigm of a init with capacity, and you pass in a new initial capacity, and then that would be your initial capacity. And then for the command init, when you want to not, you have it when you don't care about the capacity, you just want to init a command. You pass in the command initial capacity macro, and it sort of reduces code duplication. And it's okay. You got to write a little bit more, but nah, I like it. I like how that's done. Okay, so let's look at initialization. The command, that's fine, but items is not. When we're allocating the items, we need to make sure that's a double pointer. If command free exit 1, that's error checking. I think that's good. Yep, okay. And then append. I can get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Let's see. And I'm gonna commit all the changes I have here to the repository after the stream. So do I want to get no, I don't want to get the length. So that's no, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so append. Let's do if command size is greater than or equal to command capacity, then we will command resize command, which just resizes the command by 2, by a factor of 2. So it's exponential growth. And then do I just want to append the string? Yeah, I think I just want to append the string and not really care how it's done. Right? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's just do the easy bit. at size plus plus is equal to string. I'm probably gonna get a discards const warning. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then what we did, the demo at the beginning of the stream, is probably going to be good for compiling and testing and make sure everything works. Okay. Oh, and that doesn't need to be changed. Wow, okay, this was way simpler than I thought. Okay. And then command @ is going to return a double string. That's correct. Yeah. So we're going to do command append command and just add a null byte. Whoops. Let's see. I think that works. And then items, of course, is a double pointer, right? Because items. Yeah. Okay. So if I go down to data, it's this, and command items, yeah. Okay. All right, okay. And then here's where shit starts to get a little funky. Check handle. Right, okay, so command items, yeah, okay. And then you dereference that. Right, so let's do command, right, should I add a variable? Does it matter? We're gonna do char pointer of items. Yeah, let's just do items is command dereference command items command. There we go. And then we're gonna do this and items. So I kind of want to see if that works or not. And I think that should be all good because everything's in one place. Yeah. All right, and then okay, so what I want to do is do and then command delete command, and let's run this. Okay, command append. Okay. That's right, okay, because it's no longer a private method. And we add a null byte. That works. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. Reallocation. Forgot about reallocation. I know I can just put a fucking pointer here, size of a char point. Well, yeah, but because pointer is just the size of a word. I believe it's 4 on 32-bit and 8 on 64-bit. But yeah, whatever. What is this? Okay, so these are warnings. Return with the function compatible pointer and items. Okay, all right, I see. And discards const, yeah. Return type. So they're both essentially the same, right? Well, incompatible pointer types. They aren't, though. They're the same fucking thing, just one's const and one isn't. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Okay, you know what? Here, this is what I'm going to do. Just to shut the compiler up. Command items. And the reason I don't do that is because what if I change how the items are accessed without a null byte? So if I change that implementation, I'm going to have to change it in 2 different places. I don't know. And it still gives me the shit warning. Discards const qualifier. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm fine with that. For right now. Let's just do this. Okay. And then we're going to say command... just something ephemeral. Or no, I don't need to do append command. Yeah, okay. Oh, main exe main dot c. Again, something ephemeral, and then command append command. And then what I want to do, because this is going to check if data. So this is going to check if adding null terminated strings has any effect on because essentially, right, these are static strings. You're not necessarily supposed to combine the two, right? And kind of developing this library, I have run into that problem. Yeah, okay, so exactly as I thought. The reason we get garbage here is, again, because these are fucking static strings. And getting the data. Let's see. Alright, how about items? So if I just access... Oh, well, no, wait, hold on. Maybe it's just because I didn't dereference. Oh, yeah. God, I'm fucking stupid. It's because we were printing a pointer as a string. I'm just fucking stupid. Anyway, okay. Let's get going here. So, wow. Okay, so that didn't make a difference at all. Okay. Right. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to do with these warnings. So it works. But I don't like these warnings. I want to have as few warnings as humanly possible because when I run, if I compile with all extra, that's how many warnings we get. So the fewer warnings as humanly, and all of these are like when I have ZU here, like this is one of the warnings you'll get. Like it's an unsigned long integer. It's a size, right? So these two are size t's and ZU, but on Windows, Can't fucking do that. Because, you know, Windows is a fun operating system. I don't know. I want to switch to Linux, but... Nah. Okay. So... Let's see. I don't know what I want to do. Right, okay. So, how about this? I'm just gonna... const char pointer, see if that works. Let's compile without... Okay, so it does. And we run main. There we go. Okay. So that... Alright, so that works. Cool. Okay, yeah. So let's work on... combine. Yeah. So void command combine. I do this for really all my dynamic arrays, except this one, and I kind of wanted to do it now because I thought it would really help, but it turned out to be more simple than I thought. Const command source. And what we're gonna do is for... Oh, I know. Well, no, not necessarily. Yeah, I don't think I have to do any bounds checking. Because they're dynamic arrays, they'll just grow. If they were fixed size arrays, you would have to do boundary checking. But since they are not, I think it's kind of moot. Yes, okay. So for, whoops, size t, I is equal to 0, I is less than, what is it? Yeah, because we're iterating over the source size plus plus I. And errors will propagate because we can just do command append command right, okay, so destination sort, oh, right, so I'll dereference command at source, whoops, if I could spell it'd be nice, I. You know, I probably should have started stream after she left, but whatever. So command append, I think that's fine. Yeah, okay, so to test that, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do let's do compile and rename this to compile. This is just ephemeral code, it doesn't really matter. Command T, let's add a new command. Run is command init, and then command append, this is going to be run. I'm going to do command combine. The destination will be compile and run. There we go. And then we're going to do compile and make sure we clean up our resources. Command delete run and compile. Wow, I really can't type today. Oh, okay. Discards const qualifier. But it is const. That's the thing. Should I just call it const? But it isn't. The interior mutability of storing that pointer is not const. That's what I mean, is the pointer to that is interiorly mutable. i.e. we change where that point, or we change that pointer. The stored string in the structure is not const. So the warning is right, but I don't like the warning. So how do I fix it? Can I just do this? Can I just fucking cast and not give a shit? Let's see. Yes. Yes, I can. Okay. Command at discard source Y. Because it deallocates if it fails. Okay. Fair. Alright, well, I guess that can't be read-only. Great. And then I have to change it in the header portion. Yeah, let's just do that for now. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a better solution for that. But yes, okay, so no more warnings. And does this run? It does. Correctly, too. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. I am a little concerned about speed, but if I turn on optimizations, whoa. The fuck happened here? Oh, okay. I put the flag in the wrong place. You know. I'm a professional. Yeah, virus scan, shut the fuck up. I should just turn that off. You know, like, I'm well-versed in cybersecurity enough to just turn Windows Defender off. I mean, it has its uses, but no, yeah, I don't know. Another day, another problem. I do like that. There we go. Okay, so it's decently fast. Alright, so that works. I guess my problems are moot. It was so much simpler than I thought. But, problem is, now the real problem starts. Because I do actually want to just write the documentation for command combine. Why is my mouse so fucking slow? I do want to write the documentation. Let's do brief. I do Java doc comments for style. I just like how they look, really. You know, it offers no performance benefit. You know, I just like how it looks, genuinely. Okay, how are we going to document this? Combine a source command to a, yeah. I also like to use the word given. I don't know. When I used to work on, like, proper open source maintenance, how I was introduced to, like, doc comments was whenever a parameter is in there, you just use the word given. I mean, it just makes more sense. And, like, I've thought about sort of just not doing that. But it makes sense that you would say given, because, I don't know, like, it could be computational. That's, you know, it could be really anything. But given kind of implies that you're talking about the parameter. You know, you're talking about an argument given to the function. Combine a given source command to a given destination. Let's do that. And then we do param. That's what it is. Destination. Destination command to which to append the source. Sure. Source. If I could spell sauce. Source command. This is really kind of redundant, but whatever. which, fuck it, right? Source command to which, from which to append to the destination. And it doesn't return anything, but it can fail because it uses both at. So let's copy the exception for at. Come on, my mouse. I love my mouse. I do. I honestly do. So let's do this the programmatic way. Just copy that. It's not that the batteries are low. It just fucking. Yeah, I don't know. Also, this documentation is wrong. It returns an index error. As you can see here. Where are we? Init command combine. Oh, that's up here in the header portion. There we go. Okay. Let's do out of ranger. Index error. I know C doesn't necessarily have errors, and because the function just crashes if it fails. But I don't know. Sorry. Data. Are we using data? No, we're using append. There we go. Is that, yeah, that's the only exception. So let's do this. There we go. And that is well documented. There we go. So I want to test if this actually works, like it can run a command and it's not just so let's get rid of run and keep compile. Let's do a test. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to change test up a bit just to hello program. Set an exclamation mark. Just so that we can see that it actually did something. So we're going to do command. Oh, yeah. All right. If not command run compile. There we go. And then fprintf standard error. Cannot run command. Single quote %s single quote just to make it look cool, and we can see the boundaries of the command just in case, because that's how I caught that I added a new line, because I saw the little single quote at the end of the output and it was on a new line, so I'm like, oh maybe I put a new line. And then we do command data, because you need a null terminated string. Compile, command delete. Let's clean up some resources. Compile. I don't know if I'm really going to get to any other projects today, but I intended to. That may have to be a different stream. I intend to do like Saturday streams, maybe weekend streams. Right now, just the idea is just to stream whenever I fucking feel like it, which probably is not the best idea, but whatever. Okay, so let's run. So it apparently compiled, and let's try it. Hello program. Okay, so it works. Great, cool. All right, so here's what I want to do. So let's create a logger This is available in the lib submodule of Kata. Logger, which is logger init. And the logger init takes a name. We're just going to call this main from right now. This is very much based on the... oh, that's something I want to do today. I will have to take a pee break, though, at some point. So, yeah, right, okay. So, the parameters for initializing a logger is the name and its minimum log level. And then to actually have the logger print something, you either add a console or a file. I'm not really going to show that right now. But the logger is heap allocated. So we're going to have to call logger delete. A lot of my stuff is heap allocated. I do want to fix that, though. I don't like that it's heap allocated, but it is. So resource cleanup, good. And then we're just going to run logged. And then it's going to take a logger. There we go. Whoops. Recompile. There we go. Whoa. Okay, so there is... Ah! Okay. That'll do it. Okay. And then here I also have to do it. So, right, okay, so what I want to do with the logger is I also want to make that formatted. Like, as you can see, I'm passing in an arbitrary buffer sprintf. Arbitrary? I don't know. English is hard. English is not my first language, believe it or not. But yeah. Okay, alright, so that works. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a pee break real quick. I will be real quick. While I kind of decide what I want to do next. Because, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Is we try and implement this. We try and implement the Linux version. Now, I can't really test this. I'm on a Windows machine. I can't test Linux. So we're going to have to, like, do some research. What I'm thinking is, because I also have another error here in files, which, yeah, but that's in lib. I don't know how far out of the scope of this stream I want to go, right? Because the scope of this stream is essentially... Okay. What is the scope of this stream? Is essentially like there were things that I wanted to do and then kind of show off my build system. But I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna take a pee break real quick, and I will be right back. So let's get back into what I was initially doing. I think I want to implement... Okay, so I think I want to implement the Linux version off stream, even though that was kind of the entire point of me doing what I just got done doing, which is making command a list of strings instead of characters. Which reminds me. Just to test something, we want to do command. I hope I'm still centered. Command append. We're gonna do pile. I'm gonna say GCZ, and that way we can do that and see if this still works, because that's kind of the point of ooh, all right, there we go. So no. Why is it just running GCC? Pile, because data should take all the... I hate using debuggers, right? Because a lot of what logical programming is you can just like follow pointers, although sometimes debuggers can help. I don't like using them. And a lot of them are like so unintuitive. It's just like, what's the fucking point? But I don't know, maybe I do have to use a debugger here. Right, okay, so data. Items. Alright, let's kill this cast. And then printf. Oh, wait, fuck. Hold on, I just thought of something. So, because we're returning the items, we're returning the first element when we dereference. Oh. That's a problem. Because, alright, so the pointer that we return in data, right, or even in items, is a pointer to the first element. Right, so what we return is the pointer to the first element in the array. How do we get everything? Is my problem. This worked, but now I gotta rethink my thought process. Yeah. Shit. Okay, could I use a string buffer? Would that work? No, it wouldn't, right? Yeah. Fuck. Because when we dereference, it is just, yeah. Alright, and data. Okay. So let's see here. We're going to not run anything for right now. We're gonna printf data percent s inside in our new line. Let's make it look pretty, and then command. Let's dereference command data or compile. Sorry. Okay. Right, okay. Because that's the first element of the array. Shit. How do I squish this array is what I'm kind of getting at. In a timely and efficient manner. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, nothing in my head is like going like, you know, how can we do this? Which is unfortunate. Can I just do this? No, because that's just printing a pointer. Okay. Oh, come on, mouse. Fuck. So the array works. We just need to know how to get how to squish this array. I have an idea, but it's not going to be it's going to be probably ephemeral. I have an idea. I have a shit idea, but I have an idea. And the idea is essentially to use, is to go back to the string builder implementation. But I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Okay, let's see. Items. So this is a string array. So in lib, I used to have a string buffer, which was written at a time where I didn't really understand how arrays worked. So I kind of just deleted it when I rewrote lib. But I don't know, I kind of want to look how items is implemented in... But another question arises when you sort of think about, like, whose responsibility should it be to get all the elements of the array? Because in items, you're just the responsibility of the function is just to return the items. You just get the data in the array. So in a sense, this works exactly as intended, exactly as defined. But it's not what I wanted to do with this function. It's not what I wanted to do with this library. Which is a problem. All right, let's use Google. Let's see what's going on. Dynamic string array to C string. That's essentially what I'm trying to do. Let's see what Google AI says. So we get a char array, we get the length. Malloc, I don't want a malloc again. I don't want this on the heap. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't want this on the heap any more than it has to be, because of course the underlying dynamic array of the command is on the heap. Which is kind of what I'm getting at. It's already on the heap. Yeah, just malloc. All right, I have an idea. command items, maybe it should return a string builder. Right? Which is another library that every programmer has is a string builder, dynamic array of characters. I talked about that already. Yeah, I did. What am I talking about? But I don't know if I should make this function void or return a string builder or lots of options. You know what? All right. Let's do that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the signature of this function. We're going to define... Do I already have string builder defined? Let's find it. String... No, I do not. Okay. One definition rule. That's what I was checking. Builder... Implementation. If I spelled that correctly. Include is it lib and C. I also have a bunch of C++ things. Is it collections? It is collections. String builder. There we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have command data return a const string builder pointer. And that way you can't modify the string builder, but yeah. And then here is going to return a string builder. But you can still read from it. And you can still get that as like kind of like a squashed, as a flattened array. Let's see, command at, command append, blah, 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 blah. Where is data? There we go. Okay, so a const string builder t. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's how this is gonna turn out. We're gonna do string builder. If I could spell, that'd be nice. String. I'm gonna call this a buffer. You know what? I don't know, maybe because I'm already using buffer, the arbitrary buffer, maybe I could... Yeah, here, let's try this. Oh, but shit, yeah, I don't know. I would have to loop over everything, yeah, I don't know. Regardless, yeah, so it would be a bit... I'd have to have this be at... Fuck. I'm trying to think of like an efficient way to do this without looping, but there isn't. Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. I think, you know, yeah, I think I just gotta bite the bullet. Fuck it. Builder... init... and then we're going to return the buffer. So that's going to work. And we're going to do string builder. I want to implement appendf for a string builder, like how I have it for the command. You know what I mean? But oh yeah, okay, hold on. For size t, I create an iterator. I is 0. I is less than command size. Oh, and then I can mark the command as const again. The parameter command. command plus plus I. Come on. I swear I can type. I just want to make sure I'm centered on... Yeah, okay. All right. String builder append. Yeah, no. I was gonna say, do you want to like fucking do that now? But no. Let's do command. Oh shit. No, yeah, cause, or no, yeah, okay. So I have string builder extend. That's what I have. So you can append C strings. Command at. That can fail. Command I. Semicolon. Is that it? Is that all I have to do? Yes. Okay. All right. And then, oh, no, it isn't. No, the fuck it isn't. Because then we string builder append buffer a null byte. Wait, it's constant. And then return buffer. And then here, and I also have to change the documentation. Do a string builder. Oh, hold on a second. So I can kind of just copy. Oh, shut up. I could just copy this. And I can also mark this as const. We can do this. Is that correct? Yes, okay. And then what I can do here is, so I don't duplicate code, is say string builder t I guess buffer, sure, why not, is command items command, and then we do buffer, oh no, wait, string builder append buffer null byte, and then return buffer. Does that work? That works. And then I have to change the signature of data to mark as const. Oops. Okay. This is good. Items. Okay. All right. And now, okay, all right. So now what I have to do in, like when running the commands, I have to change this up a little bit. Yeah. So what I can do is do string builder t pointer buffer is, or, well, I don't know. No, yeah, buffer. Is then say command, oh, actually this is const, and then we could do, whoopsie. Command data, command and I could probably mark this as const too. And then we get here, we pass the string builder append combine data items. There we go. Items. And then get the buffer. Because it's already null appended, so moot point whether I have to add a null byte there anyway. And then no, I don't have to dereference. Okay. I like that. Alright, let's compile, see what I fucked up. Let's see, command at, oh. Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, no, I can't call. Damn it. Damn it, I tried. But const correctness it fucking catches me. Const correctness. Yeah. Now, you could argue that this is kind of violating const correctness. But I don't know. Oh, you know what? Actually, give me a second. So, items. This is char. This is a pointer right here. So let's kind of change the signature of this. So this is a pointer to a const char pointer. Huh? Right? Is that a thing? Is that a type? No, I do not think it's a type. I thought I could do that, damn. Guess not. I think that's a thing in Rust. I think I've seen that in Rust, but no, yeah. Okay, so it's a char to a const pointer, I guess. Is that a thing? And then go down to this. Expression must be modifiable L value. Oh. Yeah, that's, you know what, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I can't change the signature. I mean, I can. Alright, let's just try that. Let's see what happens. Right, okay. What is happening? Why am I getting red lines at places that don't have red lines? No. Whoa, that's too wide. Okay. I'm working on like a wide monitor. Oh, fuck. Did not mean to do that. Come on, mouse. There we go, okay. I need to like get a new mouse pad. Let's see. Alright. Does that just work? No. Because it's assignment. Yeah, okay. Fuck. Alright. Never mind then. I don't want to deal with const correctness fully today. Maybe next stream. You know, I'll look into how I can sort of fix that, and then we'll see what's up. Okay, so let's command. Right. Okay, so command items. Okay. Moving on. Oh, shit, yeah, okay, and then this doesn't work anymore because that's a string builder that I now have to remember to delete. String builder. Yeah, okay, because now I'm going to have to add more. I've used this program. This is how I know what I need to fix. Is I've used Kata for a few things, and yeah, it sucks. It fucking sucks to use because you have to allocate. It's retained, so you have to allocate everything, and then execute, and then deallocate everything. So like you have like. On big projects, it gets really like hard to decipher what is deallocated, and then double freeze, hanging pointers happen. It's a lot to keep track of. But we're just gonna do this for right now. And then I don't know, maybe later or after stream, I'll look into how to fix this shit. How to have sort of like, because I want to use maybe a static buffer, but I don't know how that's going to work with duplication and yeah, anyway. There's a lot to think about. This is why I hate programming in C. I like Go. Controversial opinion, I like Go. Right? I like Golang. Yeah, no, it's a controversial opinion, but I do enjoy the simplicity. Like, a lot of people think that Go is like a toy scripting language, I guess, which it is. It's a toy language, right? It hides away a lot, and like you don't really feel a challenge when using Go, and there's not really like low level control. Like there is with C, but you know, it just the simplicity of Go I like, right? If you could get, okay, Rust. I'm gonna talk about Rust. Rust fucking sucks. It's not that it's a bad language. It's just the borrow checker makes you want to. And I've used Rust a lot, much more than I want to. And every problem I have with it stems down to the borrow checker. And you could say, oh, that's a skill issue. Oh, that's fucking, you know, you don't really know how to use it, or whatever excuse you want to use. But really what it is the fundamental philosophy of the language is broken. Yes, okay, they're trying to get you to write safe code. Yes, okay, they're trying to get you to still have that speed and low-level control while also making you safe. How it is implemented, point is, I agree with the philosophy, but how it is implemented is shit. And it makes you want to fucking tear your hair out, and like, it restricts the programmer, is what I'm getting at. Where like, if I program in Go, yeah, okay, I don't really have a lot of low-level control, but my imagination can run wild. I can do fucking anything in Go. You know, hypothetically. Whereas like C, like, okay, yeah, it's not as, I'm going to use the term whimsical as Go. It's not as sort of concise as Go, but it gives you low level control and when you need it, speed. And I think C is a great middle ground between Rust, that restricts you because of the borrow checker, because of the underlying philosophy of the language, and that's why you really can't fix it, is it's a philosophy thing. Whereas C is a great middle ground between Rust and Go. Go being like essentially a toy language that gives you pointers. That's how I'm going to describe it right now. and Rust, which gives you low-level control, but is just fundamentally frustrating to use. So that's why I like C. And C++, you know what? I'm going to lop in C++ with Go in the sense of, like, it's starting to become a toy language. Like, you look at how modern C++, like C++ 23, yeah, okay, C++ 23 and put in a lot of like features that are, some would argue, useful to the programmer. Like on the internet, a lot of people are talking about just the new standard print line, which is great in my opinion. But yeah, like it's starting to really feel like a toy language, especially with the more functional aspects of it. It's starting to look like if Haskell and Go had a baby, you know what I mean? Which I don't really like, so I'm gonna stick with C for now. Rant over. Yeah, okay, so then we do command data, compile, and then we get here the string builder data, or no, string builder items, because it's already null terminated. Oh, because I can't spell. Items, data. Come on. There we go. And then, of course, we have to delete the data string builder. Delete data. There we go. All right. Whoops. Detat. All right. Now let's compile. What warning do we have here? Oh, const qualifier. Oh, fuck off. String builder items. Can that be? That can be const. Oh, well, no, because we have to delete it. So. That can't be const, can it? Nope. Just look. Yeah. Which is an even worse warning. That's a memory leak. Then just discards const qualifier. That's a memory leak. So yeah. I'm gonna leave it as discards const qualifier just for right now, just to make sure everything is working. Which it is technically. I just forgot to add a space. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then, yeah, I guess I kind of can't do that, but maybe I can add it as a parameter. No, I can't because I have to append null. Oh, Christ. Right, so one of my standards that I set for myself, really, and it's arbitrary, is the fact that const correctness is a real thing. I like const correctness because it tells me what I can and can't modify. And when I was first learning to program, this is like 5-6 years ago. Right? Was it 5-6 years ago? 2019. So all right, yeah. So 7 years ago, I started learning to program just as like we were starting to hear about the pandemic starting, over in China and shit like that. So that's why I remember it. It wasn't 2020. It was like when the pandemic first was found and whatever. So yeah, it's been 7 years already. Wow. Okay, that's a flashback. But when I was first learning, I was sort of like, okay, so what can I modify? And I've ran into so many, but and I just like using cons correctness where I can. So let's run that, and that did not change a thing. Great, cool. All right. So now we know that that works. I'm gonna do this. We know that that works. So I can remove this and do this. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So, you know what? Right, I have a buffer here. I don't know. I don't really know. That's not really my problem. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do string builder items of command data command. See if that works. Ah, okay, yeah. Where are we? Okay. Expected a semicolon. Where? I don't understand this error. Because as far as I know, that should work. Command data. It's a command, and then string builder items, right. Okay, let's see here. In logger log. Oh. Because we don't close the buffer parenthesis. Alright, there we go. Alright, that compiles and test. Okay, so let's see if it works. We're gonna return this to hello world just to see if that works, and then we do /test and works. Okay, great, cool. Alright, now let's do this. I think this has been a productive stream, in my opinion. You know? Because even if I don't end up doing the Linux version of this command, if I don't end up fixing this here, I still think I learned a lot about the internals of my program. Yeah. And then just so I don't... Yes, let's inline this just so I don't get, like, skeeved about deallocation and everything. But this, yeah. Huh. Actually, that's, you know, that's a good point. Because that returns something heap allocated. Oh, shit. So I think... Yeah, I think that's... Wow. Alright. Because that returns something heap allocated every time we call the function, we are leaking memory as of right now. As of right now, we are leaking memory. Fuck. God damn. All right, yeah. So let's go back to the buffer. How long have we been streaming for? Almost 2 hours. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. So I think I'm probably just going to get this to a working state to where I'm happy with it, and then maybe next stream, I'm thinking tomorrow if I don't actually have plans, because I literally just got a text message, from my friends, that they're ready to hang out with me, so I'm going to sort of finish this up and then call it a day. So we're gonna say, no, what we're gonna do is do, yeah, okay, so buffer, size t, checkpoint, secret buffer, save. Buffer, rewind, checkpoint, so we're not leaking memory, which is the whole point. I'm gonna do buffer, sprintf. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sprintf, because I don't want to, well, maybe I can duplicate. I don't know. So, alright, so we're gonna change the signature of this to a char array. We're gonna get rid of the string builder. Consts. And I'll show you in a minute. Okay, let's see. So let's go back down to command data. I didn't implement everything I wanted to do today, but semi-productive stream, I think. Yeah, I implemented a good portion of what I wanted to do today. So, you know, there's that. Okay, so for size t I u. I is equal to 0, I is less than command, whoops, size, we're iterating over the command, plus plus I, and we're gonna say, do I want to duplicate, or do I want to, I don't know, it's a good question. Because, right, okay, so what this is essentially a view. Now, right, so I'm creating a view into the items, which is not necessarily what I want. I wanted sort of like a mutable pointer that I could directly access the memory if I needed to. But I think this is the best way I could possibly do it, so I don't know. Okay, so command size, we're iterating over the command, and we're gonna say, right? Hold on a second. How do I access the buffer here? Right, buffer, so I have duplicate, reset, rewind, save, sprintf. And these are all like WinAPI functions. So let's go to let's look at the source here. Allocate. Think I could just write something to like access the buffer? I don't see why not. Right, how do I do it in results? Save, allocate. Okay, because that's getting memory. Ah. Aha. Okay. Char buffer. But we're just gonna call it buffer. Which is buffer. Allocate. The size. Shit. How much do you want to allocate? Because I don't know. Really don't know. Oh, all right. How about that? Let's say command capacity. Because why not, right? I just want to see if this fucking works. I don't really care right now about the capacity. I could individually get the size of each string, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. So yeah. Anyway, and then we're gonna do sprintf, correct? Sprintf. Into the buffer, we are going to do %s, and that is going to be command at command I. Head's a little itchy. Is that correct? And then, whoops. Come on. Come on. Fucking mouse. Alright, command items. And then, do I want to sprintf? Oh, shit, right. Okay, hold on a second. Hold the flippin' phone real quick. Rewind. I think we're good on the rewind, but I do need to remember to reset the buffer when I'm done using a command. So let's do a sprintf into the buffer, and we will be appending I guess a null byte. Sure. And then in command, all the way down here, I need to remember, oh, no, actually, right? Items. Yeah, yes. Buffer. So I can spell reset. There you go. It's void. So there we go. Okay. And then that is moot. Whether I need to do that or not. There we go. And then we just get the command data. Hopefully. And that works, hopefully. Okay, so let's see here. I can just probably directly access command data. I don't need to dereference that, and we can delete this. Come on, fucking mouse. You know what? I genuinely don't know if a mouse pad will fix that, but I'm going to assume so. Okay, well then. Command at. Discards const qualifier. Oh. Yes, it does. Come on. There we go. This fucking mouse is a fucking struggle bus, I'll tell you. Struggle bus. Okay. Passing in... Oh. Right, yeah. Okay, well then let's do char pointer items is command data command, and that way we do kind of discard const qualifier, but yeah, it's less messy. Discards const qualifier, right? Because if we didn't discard const qualifier, then I would have to do... Whoops. Then I would have to do... is equal to command items, command, and then sprintf. Items, null byte, and do it that way, which is a little bit messier than I would like it to be. Right, okay, so that can go. And it works. Alright, let's see if that works. Running command. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's comment this out and printf, let's call this data again, send s new line, semicolon, command data, compile, there we go. Data is nothing. Why? Okay. How about I do that? Does that work? No. No, it does not. Allocate. Let's try that. Okay, we had something, and now we don't. Why? Turn buffer. Char item. Oh no, yeah, char item is command at command I printf item. Whoops. Yeah, okay. So let's uncomment that. Okay, yeah. So that should work. Why does it not? Huh. Let's see here. No. Okay. Fuck. Because item is right. Duplicate item. No, still not gonna work. I just want to flatten an array. That's all the fuck I want to do. Genuinely. I just want to fucking flatten an array. That's all I want to do. Alright, printf buffer. It should be empty, right? Okay. I just want to flatten an array of strings. Why is this so fucking hard? Alright, let's go back to Google. C flatten array of strings. Using malloc, yeah. Okay, so save, allocate, results. Result. Alright, hold on a second. So if I don't append a null byte, what happens? Nothing. Because item is right. It's getting the item. Okay, how about I just sprintf into the buffer, right? Sprintf buffer item. Is that a thing? Can I just do that? Yes and no. Why? Why does this not work? Let's allocate 512 bytes for shits and giggles. No. Okay. I am at an impasse. I mean, I could just create a buffer on the stack, but I don't want to, is kind of the thing. This was so much easier when it was just an array of strings. This worked. I shit you not, this worked. God damn. Why is this not working? Alright, how about if I just return command items directly? Command, there we go. Shut up, Windows. No. Why? Why though? sprintf. Because it's as far as I know, it's getting every element in the array. Shit. Shit on a stick. It's getting every element in the array. If you remember, we print debugged item. Is it because it's null terminated? That's my question. Is it because it's null terminated? Like they're static strings. How about buffer duplicate item? Is that a thing? Can I do that? I might be able to do that. No. Because it's getting the last element, right? Because if I go to main and I add nonsense. I don't know how to spell, so yeah, it's getting the last element in the array. Why though? Like, even when I duplicate, that's the thing. Yeah. I don't know. Is it because buffer save size to checkpoint? And then buffer rewind checkpoint. Find out. No. Okay. How about sprintf? Let's try it. See what happens. No. How about I just don't allocate? How about I just don't fucking allocate, and we return the temp buffer? Let's see. Does that fix my problem at all? No. No, the fuck it doesn't. Without duplication. I don't know. Maybe a debugger would be good. I mean, I know what's happening. I just don't know the fix. That's the thing. I know exactly what's happening. I just don't know how to fix it. Ah, Christ. I'm at an impasse. Excuse me. Okay, so if I don't rewind or save... No, yeah, that's not gonna fix it. Shit. Okay, yeah, let's just char buffer right on the stack. 256. Fuck it. S print F. And we're gonna do buffer. Just right on the stack. Cause fuck this shit. Yes, it returns a non-local variable. Great, cool. Zero initialize that memory. And it still gives me null. Okay. Static. I know I'm technically not supposed to do this, but no. Yeah. What the fuck? Alright, hold on. Because what I can do, alright, what I can do is do, this is technically a use after free, and I don't want to do this, but I don't see a better option personally. String builder. Let's see. String builder is equal to, yeah, we're just gonna say buffer. String builder. Do I have a init with capacity? I do. Although technically that's wrong. Command capacity, so you know we get some tight allocations here. And then string builder append buffer or extend, sorry, extend buffer item and return string builder data buffer right, and then char result string builder data buffer. I don't like how this is implemented, but I'm just saying fuck it for right now. And string builder delete buffer return result. No. Yeah, okay. Fuck. I don't know, maybe I should build, like, have its own, like, print function? You know what I mean? But then how am I gonna get... Yeah, there's no way of getting, like... I don't like this. I really don't. I do not like this. I know exactly why it's happening, too. It's loops. You know, it is doing things in a loop. Alright, what am I doing in main? I'm just appending, getting the data. Okay, alright, so let's do command items, just so that I can directly... Alright, so let's go back to Google. Let's see here. This is a fucking struggle bus now. Yeah. Car arrays of 1D. I mean, that's exactly what I want to do, but I don't want to heap allocate it. That's the thing. I mean, this sort of looks like it works. Yeah, let's just kind of try it out real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, hold on. Yes, I'm copy and pasting. Shut up. Kind of... hold on, can you give me 1 second? Alright, the terminating null character. This doesn't use malloc. Oh no, yeah, it does calloc. Never mind. And it gets the... Alright, no, that's... Now, alright, I could stir copy, but then I don't want to. Alright, let's look at this here. That's written in JavaScript. Yeah, never mind. Flatten. C#. Okay. Because, okay, alright. Let's think this through. So, I have the same problem with files. I have the same problem with files, where it is, you have to essentially malloc a new array to flatten everything. And you can kind of read my implementation here. I don't like it, but it's kind of something that has to be done. And the way I'm freeing this is, where is it? It's here somewhere. Here. You're kind of taking everything that you've allocated and individually freeing all of the strings, which I don't like the implementation of. God damn. Alright. This was so much easier when it was just... Right, now, I thought that doing the cutting method to get the first element of the array was the harder option. That may have to be the easier option. I don't like how that's... where I'm going, but that may have to be, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to end stream now and like not have a solution. You know, I want to finish this shit and get a solution. But I've been streaming for a few hours, at least 2. And yeah, my dinner just arrived too. I don't know. Because what I can do is I could just like fucking leak memory. I could just leak memory and just heap allocate. Like I could do a string array. I can do all that, but I don't want to. That's kind of the thing. And all this is for the Linux implementation. I'm not even on a Linux machine. But it's going to make, when I do eventually implement the Linux version of this library, so much easier. Because then I can... Because exec needs the program. Fuck. I don't like this. Alright, hold on a second. So, buffer. This is buffer for Sophia. We get the size, and then we allocate. Key to size. Okay, alright, let's see if stir copy works. I doubt it will, but, so we're gonna do, char buffer for allocate, we're gonna do a kilobyte for, I don't know, shits and giggles, just to see if the fucking buffer size is the problem, which I know it isn't. Size t I is equal to 0, I is less than command size plus I, and then we stir copy into the buffer the source of char item, right? No, let's inline this just to see if that works. Command, or I could just access this directly. Command items at I, just to see if my implementation is at all the problem, and return the buffer. No, it is not. Oh, what can I do? I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. Yeah, it's taking the last. String. Just using the last. Huh. I have an idea. String from literal, or string, hold on, give me a second. I want to see if, string new, there we go. Command, items and I, and the sterlen of string of command items at I, and that will be dot data. See if that works. No, it does not. Okay. Into the buffer. Send S, and let's add a new line in, just for shits. Duplicate. Or can I, how about, let's stir dupe. I know this fucking leaks memory, but I don't give a fuck. Semicolon, okay. Oh, I didn't save. Nope. Damn. Damn. Why does this work? Or why does append F work? And items doesn't. Like, am I just stupid or something? I don't know. Alright, here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to how I used to have the string buffer. Do I still have it? No, I do not. But it's in this archive somewhere. I just gotta find it. String buffer. Oh, bugger. Nothing. And file type, is it on the next page? Officially deprecate string buffer. There we go. Oh, no, that's just removing it from a different header file. Come on, fucking mouse. add logger delete to live or just update string builder deprecate string buffer. File was deleted. Let's just load the difference. Init append. Great. Cool. At pair. Oh, did it use like an internal buffer? Yeah, it did. Shit. I fear I might have to do that. Let's just see what an internal buffer is. You know, char temp buffer and call it 256 just for right now. We'll change it eventually, and that is equal to zeros, and we're gonna say sprintf into not this buffer here, but into the temp buffer. See if that works. Oh, command items at I. So it's direct. Nope. Okay, how did I do items? Remove. I did have remove, which was data. Here we go. Buffer append. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm just going to kind of copy this for right now. And see what way. It's my own code, so yeah, I don't really see a fucking problem with it. Let's get the doc comment too, just for kicks, I guess. Okay. And then, right, so append. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. Alright. Come on. I'm trying, like, real hard not to get, like, immensely frustrated with myself. But still, this is, like, immensely frustrating. I also have a very old mouse. This mouse is, like, 10, 12 years old, so... It was bought at, like, Staples. Oh. Ah. Okay. Char temp buffer. So is temp buffer here? No, it's a char. Okay. So what's the problem here? Oh, okay, because I call it temp buffer instead of TMP buffer, which is fair enough. I don't really give a fuck at the moment. Okay, so there we go. Right? Alright. That's a very convoluted thing, and you know what? I'm gonna kind of refactor this off stream, because I don't like how this is done. I really don't. This kind of does discard const qualifier, doesn't it? buffer append. Here we go. And then if I do this, right? Okay. So this is how you. This is static. Just got a text message. Yeah. Okay. So I want to access the temp buffer directly. And then temp buffer. Oh shit. Yeah, no. Because I don't have the size. So that's a problem. Okay, so we're gonna say no, we're not. Never mind. Oh, okay, I know. Char pointer results is command items. We're doing a naive solution. I really don't care. I just want to get this working at this point. And then temp buffer, right? Yeah. At the strlen of results. I know I can do stir. Well, can I do? No, I cannot. Never mind then. How do I get the length of result? This was so much more concise and easy when I didn't, you know? Alright, so command result. How do I get the length of result? Because result is not null terminated, so yeah. I mean, I guess I can get the right. So the size of the buffer multiplied by the size of a single character. So that would give me it in bytes. Is it char? Hold on. Size of char in C. Guaranteed to be 1. Oh, well. Maybe because it decays to a point, or maybe I can do... No, because -1 is underflowing. Never mind. Stupid idea. Okay, and then what... Alright, so what I'm gonna do... is temp is just null terminate everything. Fuck you. It's just null terminate the buffer. Fuck you. There we go. And that should work for right now. Discards constant qualifier. Yes, it does. Oops. 316. Oh, okay. Yes, it does. Even though we know it's const. You are absolutely correct. Initialization of... Oh, yeah, okay. So, const. And then we disregard that. Items... That's what we're gonna do, because I'm kind of fed up with this shit. I'm frustrated is what it is. That I don't like this solution. But if I then... Well, no, because items I know is null terminated, so moot point. If I then do that, command data, just to... I think that's good. I think, yeah, alright. And we can comment this out, and then... Oh, I was leaking memory. Ooh, that ain't good. Running command test.c, right? And we're gonna say hello command. And then dot slash test hello command. Yeah. All right. So this is kind of a success if you really think about it. I'm gonna end stream here, by the way. This is kind of a success if you really think about it, which, please don't think about this. So, after stream, alright, yeah, never mind. So after stream, I'm gonna kinda, I don't know, maybe... Yeah, I think I'm gonna look into different solutions for this. I don't know if it's going to go well. But I'm gonna sort of refactor that. If I end up just using the same solution as what I have right now, I'm probably just gonna refactor the append method and like how it's used, and I don't know, maybe I'll implement the same sort of logic into command directly. Yeah, but I don't know right now. So and I wanted to get to different things. I wanted to refactor other people's code because okay, so if you look in my little workspace here, I have all of these that are eventually going to be refactored on stream. All of one for right now, because shut down I can't, because if I'm working off one computer right now. So if I just fucking, you know, if I just run shutdown, it's going to shut down my computer stream ends. You know what I mean? So, yeah. There wasn't really a script for today, necessarily. Like, there wasn't really a plan. I was just kind of fucking around today. And I wanted to document sort of my thought process. And I think it really sort of got a hold of me. I think it really, wow, alright. So I did a lot of, like, dumb shit today. In the sense of, like, things that I wouldn't normally do, but had to do. So, yeah, alright, I think I'm ending stream. Thank you to anybody who's watching. I'm looking right now. No one's fucking watching. I'm talking to myself, but I don't care. So, yeah, we're gonna end it there. Alright, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Maybe I won't. We'll find out. The VOD will be uploaded to YouTube eventually. eventually. I'm recording as I'm streaming. Of course, with all the interruptions edited out. And I don't know, maybe I'll make a recording footnote of just like what I did in the process. But yeah, if I sound defeated, it's because I am. So I think I'm gonna call it there and end stream. So yeah, anyway, bye.